You might be surprised to learn that eating the wrong kinds of nuts regularly could increase your risk of heart problems by a whopping 48%, especially if you're over 60. But where does this number come from? Well, it's backed by a long-term study published by the American College of Cardiology. And here's the scary part: some of the most common nuts in your pantry might quietly spike your blood pressure, trigger inflammation, clog your arteries, or even speed up memory loss. The worst part? Many older adults eat them thinking they're a healthy choice. But wait, it gets trickier. There's one specific nut, we'll reveal it later, that's been linked to a toxic substance that can damage your liver, kidneys, and brain if eaten often. Chances are, it's sitting in your snack jar right now. It's even praised in low-carb diets, but for aging bodies, it might be doing more harm than good. Don't worry, we've got your back. In this video, we'll walk you through everything you need to know: the safest nuts for your heart, the best ones for your brain, and the ones you should avoid like the plague. Be sure to stick around till the end, because we'll reveal the #1 most dangerous nut nobody talks about. It could be affecting your health without you even realizing it. Before we dive in, give this video a thumbs up, and hit subscribe for more tips tailored to seniors like you. And drop a comment below telling us where you're tuning in from. We love hearing from you. Alright, let's get started. Here are the 4 types of nuts every older adult should be eating. Let's begin the countdown. Number 4, almonds, the bone-strengthening superstar. Almonds are a rock-star snack for aging bodies. They're packed with calcium and vitamin E, 2 nutrients that team up to keep your bones strong. As we get older, bones naturally thin and become more fragile, increasing the risk of fractures. After 65, bone loss speeds up, but just a 1/4 cup of almonds a day gives you around 97 milligrams of calcium to help slow it down. Here's the cool part: almonds aren't just about calcium. They're also loaded with magnesium, a mineral many seniors don't get enough of. Think of magnesium as a delivery helper that guides calcium straight to your bones, instead of letting it clog your arteries. Almonds also contain heart-friendly fats that help lower bad LDL cholesterol, which matters more as heart risks rise with age. My tip? Aim for 15 to 20 almonds a day, raw or dry roasted, and skip the salt. They also help fight constipation, thanks to 3.5 grams of fiber per serving. That's important, since up to 40% of seniors struggle with regularity. Oh, and here's a brain bonus: research from Tufts University found almonds help protect brain cells from damage as we age. Pro tip: always choose almonds with their skins on. The skin contains flavonoids that work with vitamin E to double their antioxidant power. One last thing: if swallowing is tricky, make sure to chew almonds thoroughly to avoid choking. Safety first. Number 3, walnuts, the brain-boosting superstars. These little brain-shaped nuts are amazing for your mind. Yep, walnuts actually resemble the organ they help protect. They're rich in a special plant-based omega-3 called alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which acts like superhero fuel for aging brains. ALA keeps brain cell membranes healthy and helps those cells talk to each other, something that becomes even more important as we age. And get this, a study found that seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily, that's a small handful, for 8 weeks saw big improvements in thinking speed and mental flexibility. Even better, walnuts contain powerful polyphenols that enter brain tissue to fight inflammation and slow down memory decline, including conditions like Alzheimer's and dementia. Bonus tip: walnuts are one of the few nuts with natural melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. Since melatonin drops with age, a few walnuts before bed might help you fall asleep more easily. And it's not just your brain, walnuts are heart heroes too. They contain arginine, an amino acid that keeps blood vessels healthy, plus polyphenols that reduce stress in the body. This combo helps keep arteries flexible and may even boost the effects of your blood pressure meds. Pro tip: store walnuts in the fridge to keep their oils fresh, and aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves a day. Cracking them yourself also helps keep your hands nimble, a fun little finger workout. And don't let that slight bitterness turn you off, it's actually a sign of their powerful antioxidants. So go ahead, give your brain and your heart some love with these crunchy wonders. Number 2, pistachios, the unsung hero of heart and eye health. These little green gems don't get nearly enough credit, especially when it comes to helping seniors manage blood pressure. Pistachios are low in sodium but packed with potassium, about 285 milligrams per 1 ounce serving. This powerful combo helps balance minerals in your body. As we age, our kidneys tend to hold on to salt more easily, which can raise blood pressure. But pistachios help fight that. In fact, studies show they can lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to some medications, but without the side effects. And there's more. Pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 nutrients that act like bodyguards for your eyes. They protect the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp, central vision, helping reduce age-related vision loss. Their bright green and purple hues aren't just pretty, they're signs of powerful antioxidants that fight free radicals, which can speed up aging in your body. Here's another perk: pistachios are gentle on teeth and gums compared to harder nuts. No worrying about cracks or chips. And cracking them open isn't just satisfying, it's smart. The shells slow you down, so you're less likely to overeat. In fact, research in the International Journal of Obesity found that seeing the empty shells helps seniors keep track of how much they've eaten. It's like a built-in portion control trick. Got arthritis? No problem. Look for half-open pistachios to make shelling easier. Aim for 49 nuts a day, about 1 ounce, and consider the unsalted or lightly salted kind. And if you're among the 25% of seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes, the 3 grams of fiber per serving helps stabilize blood sugar levels. And don't forget, shelling pistachios is a tiny brain workout. It keeps your hands busy and your mind sharp. So grab a handful, take your time, and enjoy this crunchy, heart-healthy, vision-protecting snack. Our body and your taste buds will thank you. Number 1, Brazil nuts, the top superstar nut to support your thyroid. These mighty nuts take the number 1 spot because they tackle a surprisingly common issue for seniors: thyroid health. Up to 20% of folks over 65 experience thyroid problems, but symptoms like tiredness, mood swings, or weight changes often get brushed off as just aging. That's where Brazil nuts come in. Just 1 Brazil nut gives you a whopping 96 micrograms of selenium, that's 137% of your daily needs. Selenium is like a tiny superhero that helps your thyroid produce the hormones that keep your energy, metabolism, and mood in balance. But the benefits don't stop there. Brazil nuts also support your nervous system. They've got special fats that maintain myelin, the cozy coat around nerve cells that keeps messages zipping through your body. Think of it like insulation on a wire. Without it, signals slow down. Keeping this coating strong means better reflexes, quicker thinking, and staying sharp as a tack. Here's a bonus: the selenium in Brazil nuts is natural, so your body absorbs it much better than from most supplements. And with their creamy, rich taste, they feel like a treat even though you only need 1 or 2 a day to get all the benefits. Important safety note: too much selenium can be harmful, so avoid eating more than 3 to 4 Brazil nuts a day. When it comes to these, less is more. Pro tip: buy Brazil nuts in their shells if you can. The shell locks in nutrients and keeps them fresh longer. Store them in the fridge to keep the oils from going rancid. They're also a great natural helper for constipation, something nearly 40% of seniors deal with. The combination of fiber and healthy oils helps keep digestion moving without harsh laxatives. And here's some exciting news: scientists believe Brazil nuts may even help slow cellular aging. Their antioxidants protect telomeres, the little caps at the end of your chromosomes that shorten with age, like the plastic tips on shoelaces. Longer telomeres are linked to healthier cells, so nibbling these nuts might keep you feeling spry. So just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough to nourish your thyroid, support your nerves, and maybe even help your body age more gracefully. They're small, satisfying, and packed with power, perfect for anyone 65 and up. Now, let's look at nuts that seniors may want to avoid or at least enjoy with caution. Some of these popular choices could silently trigger inflammation or interfere with common medications. We'll count down the top 4 inflammatory triggers to watch out for. Inflammatory trigger number 4. Let's start with a nut that might surprise you: peanuts. They're incredibly common, but for seniors, they can come with a few hidden concerns. First, peanuts aren't actually nuts. They're legumes, like beans or peas, that grow underground, which makes them more likely to pick up mold and a harmful substance called aflatoxins. These toxins can damage your liver and even increase cancer risk if eaten often. And since our bodies become less efficient at clearing out toxins as we age, the risk can add up faster. But that's not all. Peanuts also contain proteins that can quietly trigger inflammation in some people, even if you're not allergic. For older adults dealing with joint pain, memory issues, or heart conditions, this low-grade inflammation can make symptoms worse. Another issue? Peanuts are high in omega-6 fats, which we often get too much of compared to omega-3s. This imbalance can fuel more inflammation, especially if you're not eating many anti-inflammatory foods to balance it out. Here's another concern: peanuts contain vitamin K, which can interfere with blood thinners like warfarin. Unfortunately, many doctors don't always mention this to older patients. What about peanut butter? Store-bought versions often contain hydrogenated oils, extra salt, and added sugars, all bad news for heart health. Even natural peanut butter can raise blood pressure if eaten in large amounts, which matters when 63% of older adults deal with hypertension. Plus, peanuts can go rancid if not stored properly, creating harmful free radicals. And most commercial peanuts are dry roasted, which creates acrylamide, a chemical linked to memory problems. That's especially worth considering if you're already keeping an eye on brain health. Now, if you've eaten peanuts your whole life with no issues, that's great. But even swapping them out for safer options like almonds or walnuts a few days a week can give your body more protective nutrients and help you avoid these risks. Your joints, heart, and brain will thank you. Inflammatory trigger number 3. Cashews. Cashews might look innocent with their creamy, buttery texture, but for seniors, they come with some surprising risks. First, they're one of the highest carb nuts, about 9 grams of carbs per ounce, and they spike blood sugar faster than most others. That's important to know, especially since 1 in 4 adults over 65 has diabetes, and nearly half are pre-diabetic. Even though cashews have a healthy reputation, eating too many can send your blood sugar on a roller coaster, and that's risky for aging bodies. Then there's the choking risk. Their curved, smooth shape can make them tough to chew and easy to aspirate. In fact, cashews are among the most commonly inhaled nuts in older adults with swallowing issues. They also contain oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium in your gut, making it harder to absorb this crucial bone-building mineral. That's not good news if you're already dealing with osteoporosis or kidney stone risk, which both increase after 60. And here's a surprising fact: cashews have to go through heavy processing to remove urushiol, the same toxic chemical found in poison ivy. All that refining strips away nutrients, leaving you with a snack that's not as healthy as it seems. On top of that, most store-bought cashews are roasted in cheap oils and packed with salt, adding unhealthy fats and sodium that put pressure on your heart and blood pressure. There's one more downside: cashews contain enzyme inhibitors that can interfere with protein digestion. For seniors who already have trouble absorbing nutrients, this makes getting enough protein even harder. And let's be honest, their rich, creamy texture makes them easy to overeat. At a stage of life when metabolism slows down, that can make weight maintenance even harder. The good news? You don't have to give them up completely. Just keep portions small, around 5 to 10 nuts per serving, and opt for raw, unsalted versions when possible. Even better, try swapping cashews for walnuts or almonds most days. They're better for blood sugar, bone health, and digestion. Inflammatory trigger number 2, macadamia nuts. They're rich, buttery, and totally delicious, but for older adults, macadamia nuts come with some sneaky downsides you may not know about. First off, they're the most calorie-dense nut out there, about 200 calories in just 1 ounce. That's like eating a small meal in a handful. And here's the thing, as we age, our metabolism slows down, making it harder to burn off those extra calories. So if you're trying to manage your weight, macadamias can make it tougher than you think. But that's not all. Macadamias are also loaded with fat, 22 grams per ounce, which can be tough on your gallbladder. If you're one of the 15% of older adults with silent gallstones, that high fat content could trigger painful flare-ups. Not fun. Plus, they're high in saturated fat, the kind that raises your LDL bad cholesterol, something many older adults already watch for heart health. Another issue? They're hard. Biting into a macadamia with crowns, bridges, or weakened enamel, which becomes more common after 65, can lead to cracked teeth or dental emergencies. And let's be honest, no one wants an unexpected trip to the dentist. Then there's the cost. Macadamias are pricey, and that might tempt some folks to buy cheaper, lower quality nuts. But stale macadamias often contain oxidized fats, which aren't just unpleasant, they're bad for your heart and cells. Plus, store-bought macadamias are often roasted in low-quality oils and heavily salted, which adds extra sodium and damaged fats, not great if you're watching your blood pressure or cholesterol. And here's a twist. While many nuts are praised for their heart benefits, most research focuses on varieties like almonds and walnuts. Macadamias aren't always included in those studies, so they may not offer the same protective perks you think you're getting. What's the fix? Try swapping macadamias for pistachios. They're lighter on calories, gentler on your teeth, and full of senior-friendly nutrients. And if you just can't give up that rich macadamia flavor, stick to small portions, about 3 to 4 nuts, and choose raw, unsalted versions. Oh, and choose slowly. Small swaps like these can go a long way. Your heart, gallbladder, and smile will thank you. Inflammatory trigger number 1, pine nuts. They might be tiny and delicate, but for older adults, pine nuts come with some surprising risks. First off, pine nuts are sneaky little troublemakers when it comes to medications. They contain compounds that can interfere with over 60% of prescriptions commonly taken by older adults, things like statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure meds. Imagine your meds suddenly not working properly or causing strange side effects. Scary, right? And here's the kicker, most doctors and pharmacists don't even warn seniors about this risk. Now, here's something strange but real, pine nut syndrome. After eating pine nuts, some people develop a bitter or metallic taste in their mouth that can last for days or even weeks. It's not just annoying, it can suppress appetite, which is risky for seniors who already struggle to maintain weight. In fact, some studies show that up to 42% of people affected by this syndrome unintentionally lose too much weight. That's a big deal when nutrition is key to aging well. Here's another issue, pine nuts are high in certain fats that go rancid quickly, creating inflammatory compounds in the body. If you already deal with arthritis or chronic inflammation, these could make things worse. They're also small and slippery, making them a choking hazard, especially for those who have trouble swallowing or take medications that cause dry mouth, something that affects about 70% of seniors on multiple drugs. From a nutrition standpoint, pine nuts don't offer much bang for your buck. They're high in enzyme inhibitors that make it harder to digest protein, and they're also very calorie dense. Just a few can add a lot of fat and calories, especially if you enjoy them in pesto, which already packs plenty of oil and cheese. And here's a new concern. Some research suggests certain compounds in pine nuts could be linked to age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. While more studies are needed, it's definitely something worth keeping in mind. So what's the solution? Swap pine nuts for almonds or walnuts. They're safer, easier to digest, and don't interfere with common medications. If you still enjoy pine nuts occasionally, keep portions small, no more than a teaspoon, and talk to your doctor if you're on prescription meds. Your health is too important to leave to chance, and your eyes, heart, and appetite will thank you. So here's a quick recap. After the age of 65, swap these nuts for better health: almonds for your bones, walnuts for your brain, pistachios for blood pressure, and Brazil nuts for energy. Avoid peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, they're sneaky troublemakers. Now, do me a favor, smash the like button so more seniors can see this. Drop a comment. Have you noticed how nuts affect your health? Your story matters. And if you haven't already, subscribe to stay updated. Remember, growing older is inevitable, but feeling old? That's optional. Stay strong, and keep crunching the right stuff. See you next time.